Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kuura Isagami, your resident tinker and meta-rotter, and thanks for tuning in with me once again here on the Meta-Rot News Network for a collaborative Orimeda art stream. Now, I did post fairly recently that my collaboration with Helm-chan was postponed until further notice. It was just minor due to some minor technical difficulties trying to get everything set up, so not a really big deal, and I'll keep you guys posted on when that does actually take place. But that is neither here nor there at the moment. Long story short, it is still very it's still very good to see everyone here just coming in and hanging out with us for a short amount of time as we work on a collaborative design here at the here on the workshop floor at Meta-Rot News Network. But before I do go any further, however, I do want to take a second to introduce our guest for this evening and the other brain of the operation for tonight's Orimeda design. Now, I've been speaking with this person for quite some time now. They're a very good buddy of mine. They have come up with a lot of very unique things on their own. And also is most certainly no stranger to Orimeda designs, as I will show here not too in just a hot minute now. But with that being said, I am going to officially go ahead and introduce our guest for this evening, Penguin Kotak. Rico, how are you doing today, my friend? It is a pleasure to have you here on the MNN with me. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me tonight, Rico. It's a pleasure to have you with us tonight. Let me go ahead and...
Thank you for tuning me too.
There we go. All right, so just kind of as usual, rhythm and pattern here on the MNN when I have guests. If you'd like to take a minute, just kind of tell us a bit about yourself, Rico. What you do, what do you like? More importantly, in this case, what kind of got you into Meta-Rot specifically? Like what made it stand out to you?
Oh yeah, hello. My name is Rico. You can call me Pimin Kotak from Twitter. What's that again? Sorry. Can you?
Just a little bit of who you are, what you do,
yeah.
what got you into Meta-Rot?
Yeah. Sorry. Let me repress it again.
No worries. Take your time.
Yeah. Okay. A bit nervous here. Yeah. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Rico. You can call me Pimin Kotak. I'm a makeup artist. And yeah, like Kuura said, I also like Meta-Rot because it's from my child from TV. I watch it from TV.
Nice.
As a child.
Then that's definitely a lot of us here on the western front as well that first got involved in the series. The anime and the series were very integral to a lot of people's childhoods. So it definitely has it definitely touched a lot of people, even if people say it's a cult classic or it's a niche. Yeah, it is, but you can't deny that it brought a lot of people together over the 26 coming up on 27 years now of the series as a whole.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's honestly amazing how long this series has been going on, and how a lot of people say, "Oh, I thought it was still, I thought it died years ago." No, it's still around. So it's always great to meet more fans and see what people come up with. But like I said, Rico, in your case, you are most certainly no stranger to designing Orimedas and custom designs in particular, having participated as a lot of us have as well in the official contest when they come around. More specifically, you actually have a little bit more of a hand in it than a lot of us in the fact that you actually designed a Orimeda a hot minute ago that actually was made into an official model, and that is KBT-14 Musha Beetle here. Which is a fantastic design, by the way. I honestly, I really dig the Oriental armor aesthetic that you went for with his design, and them choosing Chiron as like the cybernetic future stag to contrast it was a really good choice. I thought they picked some really good winners in that one. So it's honestly amazing to see Musha Beetle officially in the game with new art and the 3D model, and I'm sure you were absolutely thrilled when you finally saw that trailer.
I was confused at that time.
It honestly, yeah, I remember that DM actually when you sent me the screenshot of that morning's news. I'm like, well, look, it's your boy finally getting his 3D model, and yeah, like I said, it was a beautiful design. I absolutely love like I said, the Oriental armor design. Thank you very much. Putting a lot of effort into that as well with the creation of the concept art and kind of putting it all together. So it's honestly, in my opinion at least, it's kind of obvious why Musha Beetle won one of those two slots from everybody else that's submitted. So wonderful work with that one. There's a lot of people honestly that love Musha Beetle. Almost everyone I show Musha Beetle to says, "Oh man, that one's awesome looking." So
Yeah.
yeah, it's an amazing design. But before we do officially kind of jump into tonight's activities, could you tell us just a little bit on what kind of what kind of inspired Musha Beetle's design? Like, what made you decide to go for a kind of like an Oriental samurai kind of aesthetic?
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I inspired from Samurai Medarot actually.
Okay,
The Samurai Sam not lol. Sam 00. I mean Sam 00.
okay,
I
yeah,
forgot the name.
yeah, samurai.
Yeah. I inspired from that.
Okay, I
So
can
I
definitely see that.
yeah, I'm thinking why not Meta B become samurai?
I could see it. I can definitely see
Yeah.
I can definitely see the resemblance with the color scheme and the overall style that you chose to go with for Musha Beetle. It's actually very clear to see that with the inspiration. And I really like too with the design that you didn't factor in like a kind of like a gunpowder or a missile based operation for the horn. Instead, you kind of made it kind of like a stylistic crest like you'd see on a proper kabuto helm for samurai of old. I really like that you did that. It helps him stand apart as a very unique design in the KBT series that doesn't quite follow the norm.
Hmm.
So very wonderful design. I'm honestly I was stoked when you sent that to me and said that and announced that Musha Beetle won because he totally earned it in my opinion. Seeing his model in the game, seeing the clips of him in the reloaded Sai manga and everything, it was honestly amazing seeing all that. So it's honestly very plain to see why Musha Beetle won. So I know it's
Th-
kind of late because he's been in the game for a hot minute now, but congrats for that. You know he's definitely well earned. And
Thank you very much.
I'm excited. I was just thinking about it before we went on Showtime. I was thinking the whole time. I wonder when they're going to introduce them into Meta Survivor and what they're going to do to make their make their skills unique. I'd love to see Musha Beetle in that chibi style that they've been using for the models in game. I thought that I honestly really like that chibi style.
Yeah.
So I'm very
Well,
excited. I'm very excited for that. So like I said,
me too.
you definitely are no stranger to Orimeta designs, and you've made a whole bunch more that you submitted in previous ones. But Musha Beetle definitely is your boy that rose above the rest as the one that's Imagineer made into official model, and lots of people have loved him since. But tonight, however, we're gonna be taking a crack at designing a brand new one ourselves from the ground up, much like I did with previous guests I've had on my channel over the past several weeks. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for
Mm.
it, and it's gonna be really enjoyable. And just to kind of review with my viewers, and of course with you, Rico, just to kind of recap. So essentially, how I work with these Ori Meta streams is I will kind of about the week leading up to Showtime. I will have my guest play around with the random Metarock kit generator, which will spit out three skills, a leg type, an ability, a heavy limit, and then give you a choice of aesthetic and theme. And basically, it was designed for the ability to kind of help simplify the creative process during contests. So if someone said, I don't know what to draw or I don't know where to get started, that's where the
I see. I
generator
see.
comes in. It kind of gives you some creative seeds that kind of give you some ideas to play with and cultivate into something brand new. That's actually where I
Mm.
designed a lot of my Ori metas as well, not just on my solo streams, but also with my previous guests. And it's been so much fun every single time because the other catch that I gave to all of my guests, including you, is
Mm?
to not show me the results until showtime. Because what that does is that it prevents me from looking at it and already thinking of an idea of how to design it. That way, we can
Mm.
create a brand new design, in improv style, and not have time to pre-think or plan ahead for it. And so
Cat.
far, I think it's been very fun. It's been very successful with all of my guests so far, and I'm very excited to see what we're going to be coming up with tonight. And not just for any viewers that are going to be tuning in with us here at the very start, but anyone that does decide to tune in along the way, the doors of the workshop are always open here at the MNN for anyone that wants to come and hang out with us for a a really cozy and chill vibe. So, with that being said, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up the results that you sent me first, just so I can have those up before I get to working on setting up my BGM and everything on my side before we do get started. So let me grab a couple things real quick, just so I have this as
Okay.
a reference. Okay, so The first result that you sent me of the three, set this down just a little bit. Actually, you sent me three, so I can go up a little bigger. Okay, so
Yeah.
option one, the first one that you gave me, has a kit of minus chain
Hmm.
with minus chain, inferno, ranged pile. Oops. There we go. Ranged pile with tank legs. Ooh, an interesting choice here. Tank legs and auto guard. And of course a heavy limit of 3, which is of course standard for tank legs in particular. So we got a really interesting option here with this with this first one that you're bringing. Um, do you have any particular thoughts on why you picked this one, or like what made this one stand out to you?
Maybe we can make some kind
And
D&D
oh, and a
monster
fantasy
stuff.
theme, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. And it had a fantasy theme. I meant to add that on here. Fantasy theme.
that's why I choose fantasy.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely ties a lot of that definitely has a lot of really good options too. And it's definitely it's a strange kit, but if used correctly, can actually cover a lot of very different bases. In fact, just to kind of cover this briefly, what exactly this kit does. Let me actually pull that up here on the master skills list because I've covered so many of these I kind of forget which ones do what sometimes. All right, so minus chain.
Nori Noris.
All right, so minus chain is a melee attack that gets
Hmm?
that gets boosted power for every negative ailment that's applied to the target in question, stacking up to 4 times and
Mm.
up to a ×8 damage bonus. So that means if this is an enemy that likes to pile a lot of negative ailments at once, or if it has an ally that likes to do that instead, this one is going to be absolutely devastating to anything that is on the field that stands in its way. So already off to a really good
Mm.
start with that. Inferno is a shooting attack that kind of behaves very similarly to Microwave, which is a charge reliant attack that gets bonus damage and defense ignore when attacking the enemy, at the cost that the part does also self destruct at the end of the turn. At the cost, however, Inferno, however, also pushes the target away from the command line, which gives it a hand in crowd control. So if you're able to time this move correctly, this essentially gives you a chance to kind of push enemies away from you and stall for just a little bit more time, alongside a really powerful shooting attack to guarantee that every hit lands is going to be really painful. And then lastly, it also had ranged pile, which we find on this as well. Oops, I'm in shooting skills. That might help if I'm actually in the right one. Hold on just 1 second. Here we go. Ranged Pile is a melee attack that, when executed, changes its behaviors. The closer the target, it becomes more powerful and gains an AoE effect, meaning it will damage all the parts on the target and equalize the damage. But if the target is farther away from you when attacking them, the attack instead gets a success boost and gains piercing instead. So this is a very well-rounded melee attack that you can use either up close or at range, and have a very consistent performance either way. So just between these three skills alone, it's a very powerful kit. A little scattered, but definitely can put to very good use what it's bringing to the table.
Mm.
The tank legs also gives it some very solid hand in damage reduction. At the cost, it can't dodge itself, and it has no terrain compatibility, but that's perfectly fine. It also gets the free stacking damage reduction to guarantee that every hit that lands is going to be as painless as possible and keep that damage on the down low. And the leg ability of Auto Guard, being completely honest, is a really unique choice for this one. It's something that you may not be able to use immediately right away on this kit as a pure set, but if you were to mix up the parts on something as a dedicated defender, you could really have some fun with. And explaining that simply, Auto Guard nullifies incoming damage passively from any gunpowder, optic, or gravity skills if the user is equipped with the guards of the same type. So this means that, again, while this kit itself may not be able to do this on its own, if you were to mix the parts up and use these legs on something that does have gravity, gunpowder, or optic guard, the bot in question gains automatic passive immunity to those attacks. No stop, period. They're not going to be touched by anything at all from those while they're on the line. So very unique option here that you're bringing here to the table. So it's going to be really interesting to see these other two options that you're bringing to help us decide what to do. So very strong first candidate here that we're talking about. The second,
Let's make a monster.
oh yeah, oh yes, definitely. And the fantasy option gives us a lot of possibilities as well. So option 2 that you bring into us tonight has a space theme. Ooh, that's gonna be a fancy space theme. With a kit of, what do we have here? Max Vulcan. It would help if I'm actually in the right tab. Hold on one second. There we go. There we go. Has a kit of Max Vulcan, CGU missile.
Yeah, what's that?
CG claw with float legs and heavy arms. However, now this says it has a heavy limit of 0, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify that one slightly and give it a heavy limit of 3, just to kind of tie that back in a little bit. So,
I see.
Mostly just because of how heavy arms works. Now, to explain this kit briefly before I kind of ask what your thoughts on this one were. So this one is definitely a much more forwardly aggressive model than than option 1. And under the definition, Max Vulcan is a scatter attack that gets a double damage bonus as long as the part in question remains at 100% HP. So basically, as long as it's unscratched, you are going to rip and shred everything that lies in your wake. However, the second you take even 1 HP of damage on that head part, it turns into a regular Gatling attack and nothing more, and makes it almost entirely useless at that point. So, very heavy emphasis on guaranteeing that head stays alive no matter what. CGU missile is a brand new skill that was introduced fairly recently, but basically it is a basic gunpowder missile attack that also applies of charge upper to self. And that charge upper bonus guarantees that while that buff is active, any metaphors that is charged or granted over the course of the buff's duration is boosted by 30%. So it doesn't matter what you do, metal nature, charging metaphors or anything else the like, any CG gained in any way gets a free 30% boost just for activating that skill with this particular attack. Charge Claw is a melee skill that's also a scatter type skill, but gets a damage plus when consuming a small amount of charge from the gauge. So that means that the more charge that you have when using Charge Claw, the more powerful that it gets. The float legs will guarantee it has relatively solid coverage on all terrains, but the heavy arms ability is definitely what ties this together. As the heavier the user and the more heavy parts it has equipped, it gets an all stat boost up to between 10 to 12% for every heavy part equipped. So that means if you fully pack on the weight with this bad boy, you're going to get a very massive all stat boost as long as that buff remains in effect. So we're off to a very, very good start and a very strong start between these two alone. So tell me a little bit about this one here, Rico. What kind of made this one stand out to you?
I feel like that Quasar. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Dead Quasar, the Zodiac type. I can see it.
Yeah.
I could see. Oh yeah, definitely. Now I'm looking at it again. That could be a very imposing celestial being or heavenly body type. Just looking at that alone.
Yeah.
And especially with the skills, and it's also very weirdly synergetic too. Like you could use CGU missile, get the CG upper effect to self, and then every time you charge Metaforce or get Metaforce back, that can feed directly into Charge Claw. So even if you'd start with Max Vulcan at first, just to kind of get that first salvo going. Even if you take damage on the head part and can't use it anymore, CGU missile and Charge Claw very easily can synergize with each other back and forth. So very well put together. I'm actually really liking that one. I think we could have some fun with that one. So we have two very strong candidates so far, based on what's brought to the table. And then lastly, the final option that you're bringing to us tonight, option 3. Has a mythical theme to it. Mythical, please, thank you. And has a kit of... Hold on, let me make sure I have this correctly. Okay, of Charged Sonic, Gatling A2. Survivor. With tank legs, also tank legs and auto guard. Weirdly enough, interesting outcome here. Auto guard, and I'll keep the heavy limit at 3. HP 3. Okay, so option 3. So I don't need to go over the leg type because it's the exact same leg type and ability as option 1. But
Yeah.
this one is a little more interesting and seems to be more utility-oriented than forwardly aggressive like option 2. Charge Sonic is a shooting skill that consumes a small amount of charge, very similarly to Charge Claw in this case. But instead of consuming the charge to get a damage bonus, it instead pumps your heating and cooling by 50% for your next turn. And that effect honestly can remain almost indefinitely as long as you can keep that charge going when using this skill. Of course, if there's no charge, it does not mean you get a heating and cooling bonus, and it makes it very good for using things that are much slower to use, such as Ghost, Power Hammer, or anything that requires a little more of a prep time to use. Gatling A2, on the other hand, let me find that one real quick. Hold on. Gotta find that here. Here we go. Gatling A2 is basically like a shooty cross shock. So basically it's a scatter skill that will hit 3 times, but it ignores defense and is always treated as a critical hit. So that is an extremely powerful skill that can be put to very good use almost immediately right from turn 1. And then finally with Survivor, the last skill on this one is a melee attack that grants that puts a negative ailment on the enemy that prevents any healing skills from being applied to this target. So that means if you manage to catch them before they can use something such as, say, stat cleanse or restore or repair or anything else that would keep them further alive, Survivor guarantees that as long as that ailment remains in effect, it is mono e mono, no healing allowed. And if you catch this on the enemy healer, well, guess what? You basically made them entirely pointless through the entirety of the fight, and as long as that buff remains active. So, and the mythical theme honestly is really nice too. So honestly, between all three options that we have here, we have some really good candidates that we could use for a never before seen brand new Orimeda. But looking at these designs here, you know, all next to each other and kind of hearing the breakdowns, what are your thoughts on all of these? Like, which one's kind of screaming out to you the most?
I like the first one, to be honest.
You kind of like the first one the best, the fantasy theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I could see us having a lot of fun with that one. And the neat thing that I'm thinking about it immediately too is the fact that because it has a bunch of different things to use at once, we could actually get really creative and kind of break away from a symmetrical kind of design with it. So we could have a lot of fun with that now that I think about it immediately. So yeah, honestly, I'm completely down with doing option 1. And just because we only choose option 1 doesn't mean we can't go back and design something later or play around with the other options. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start up the stream BGM on my end, just so I can get some, just so I can get some music going for the stream for anyone that hops in. Usual rules will apply to any of my viewers. If it's too loud or too soft, just let me know and I can turn it up or down accordingly. But now we can officially now we can officially get into the fun the fun meat and bones of tonight's stream and really having some fun here with what we're gonna bring to the table. So I'm gonna go ahead and close all those. And honestly, not gonna lie, I might steal that option 2 for something else later because I could, you know, that's a really fun one. And if we don't do that one on another stream sometime where I have you come back on the workshop floor with me, I'm definitely gonna be doing something with that one because that's a really good one.
Sure.
So, and of course, as a fellow artist, if you decide that you want to do something with it as well, I mean, hey, more power to you. So I'm gonna set up some folders here just so I can keep things organized because I like keeping things organized. Okay, so now that we have an idea on what we're gonna do, okay, so let's see. With it being tank-legged, that's gonna make things really unique in the sense that We're gonna have to really think out of the box with how we're gonna make a unique design here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of step away from my usual pattern with drawing the frame, and then we can kind of experiment with it accordingly. So here we go.
Tank method.
Okay, so let me actually expand this here. With it being tank lady, it's going to be a little bit more on the shorter, stockier end. There. Perfect. Okay, so now we have an idea of what we're going to be building with. So the question is, what could we do? So with the fantasy theme, I know you kind of made a lot of allusions to Dungeons and Dragons as an idea, and honestly, I really like that because I actually, if you remember the Orimeda contest I held back in back during Metarot Day, and we did the RPG theme. I saw a lot of D&D style designs, lots of like D&D style classes, monsters, or ideas or concepts, lots of really unique things. So I'm excited to see what we can come up with tonight, as with a RPG theme in mind. So
let's go.
I'm excited for this. This is going to be fun. So what I'm thinking, because like I said, this is going to be kind of an interesting one to play with because it's got 3 different skills that do a bunch of different things. And the leg ability is kind of funky, but if used correctly, could really be very conducive. So what I'm thinking of, and this is my initial idea, by the way, but if you come up with something even more unique, like you just absolutely shout it out there, talk over me, because this is a collaborative design. This is us 2 working together. This isn't just me. What I'm thinking we could do is kind of play around with using each of the parts as a different type of class. So like for range pile, it could be like a knight or a knightly lance. The tank leg could be like a castle wall or castle towers. I'm not sure what we could do with Inferno or Minus Chain though. Maybe we could do Inferno as like a kind of like a stylized dragon head or something. I don't know what to do with Minus Chain though. That's kind of where I'm coming up short. What will we do with that?
Minus Chain. Perhaps Ballistating?
Let me see. That could be an idea. You want to kind of talk a little bit more about that one?
I'm not sure either. Wait, what is Minus Chain again? Can you tell me?
So the theme is we're going with fantasy, and what we're kind of looking at so far is the idea of using each of the different parts to represent like a theme or a class. My idea was for the legs, we could do like a tank legs with like a castle tower or bastion. The range pile arm on the left could be like a knight's lance or something, or like a knightly lance or sword. Inferno we could probably do as like a stylized dragon arm, like I said, just to kind of give it a theme. The head for Minus Chain, though, I'm not 100% sure what we could do with it. Let me see.
Wait. Can you tell me again what is Minus Chain?
Minus Chain is a melee attack that gets a damage plus for every negative ailment attached to the target. So it's a punish type skill. So if you use so if you use Deathlock, for instance, which slaps 2 negative ailments on the enemy, that's a ×4 damage bonus right from start. And
it is melee.
And the fact that they actually allowed it to stack up to 8 times is honestly obscene. Now it would take some time to build up to up to that ×8 with 4 negative ailments, but if you are able to get it that high, I could see that being extremely and obscenely devastating.
I see. Wait, okay. Maybe we can leave it later.
Kind of play around with the rest of it first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do for the.
Yeah, we can do.
Let's do for the.
So let me play around. Let me play around with an idea that I had for the legs, because that's definitely.
Hey, sure.
Let me see, because my idea was play around here, make sure I'm okay. Is you can do the legs kind of like a castle, kind of like a bastion wall. So maybe set up the base. My pen will work with these, thank you. You gotta love when technology decides to not work with you when you're making things.
Castle boss, okay.
Okay, so let me... I also love the symmetry tool. You'll see me use that a lot in my design, concepts like this. Because my hand is definitely not straight since I've trained myself to not look at my arm when I'm drawing.
No worries, no worries.
I wish I could afford one of those fancy tablets with the screen on it, but unfortunately I can't right now. Let's do Bastion here.
Well, to be honest, I'm still using my old tablet. Without screen, actually. Oh, pretty nice. Okay.
I like this.
Ah.
Let me see. Add. And we'll do like a big drawbridge down here to really tie it together.
Bridge. The bridge. Okay. Yeah, that's will do.
Kind of like this for the base, like where it's going to be building up from. But then what we can do is for the legs. I'm thinking we could do is okay. Hold on, I have an idea. Like a castle tower, like that.
Hmm.
Okay. My idea for it. Let me tie this up.
Yeah.
Make this kind of like a spire.
Ah, the tower.
It's gonna be kind of funky looking on its own, but humor me on it. Like that. And then what we can do is like a tank tread, you know, underneath the tower.
Hmm.
Something kind of like that. Like a really wide base, but then all the towers actually have like a tank tread underneath, which allows it to move. This is what I'm thinking. This is kind of what I'm thinking with it so far.
Walking castle.
Yeah, basically. Which I'm actually no stranger to. I designed a floating castle type at one point.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that one, by the way. Let me actually take that tower off, though, because I think that kind of be in the way. Let's just do basic
Oh, with the basic.
tower.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, just go with a basic tower defense tile blockade. Something like that.
The wheel is okay, I guess.
Okay. Let me actually add around. Tie it together. Oh.
Let's do. Okay. Yep.
Kind of like that, essentially, and it'd basically be like like 4 towers, you know, 1 per corner, and that's essentially how it would get around.
Hmm. It is cool.
That's what I'm thinking
Nice.
so far, anyway.
Oh, I see.
We can like really play around with the fantasy theme of like kind of like a castle, a knight, and a dragon, and then something to kind of like really tie it together. You know, it's one
Okay.
possibility too that I'm thinking, and I did this with my floating castle type, and I think it'd be really cool to experiment with. What if, as an idea,
Huh?
we made the head part like a bigger tower, like a central,
Oh.
like kind of like a central spire, kind of like Baron Castle.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, so
That really works. That really works.
we just gotta find a way to make it unique and not clone Baron Castle with it. That's the only trick. But
Wait, let me check. Let me check Baron Castle.
He's kind of like a stubby little thing, but he's got a little He's got a little flag on the top of his head. So what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, actually, I have a really good idea with it now. Let's do. Okay, hold on. I'm thinking. I have an idea. I'm cooking here. I'm cooking. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, go on, bro. Take it easy.
Okay, I have an idea. Okay, so hear me out. Do something a little more unconventional.
Hmm.
And I can draw my line straight for once. I'd appreciate that, please. A little narrower than that. Like that, okay. Okay. So, I was gonna do this with my with the Orimeda I had mint on, but we had another idea that cooked a little bit better by the time that we finished. My idea was about
Wait, what is that?
hear me out. I have an idea here.
Okay,
cooking.
okay.
I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Okay. Wait, totally it's Sauron. Oh no, yeah. Okay.
You're like you're kind of like a wizard hat idea here.
Ah, yeah.
What I can do.
Yeah, that also works.
I have
Wizard Castle, yeah.
like a wizard castle kind of thing, kind of like a warlock's keep.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Nice.
I like the idea of giving it like a mono eye. What do you think?
Oh yeah, sure.
Like a mono eye kind of thing. Let's hide it a little bit so it's not actually like the whole visor. Something kind of like that. And then it has like
if you want.
It has like a whole 360 view essentially.
How about try to flip it. Flip. Sorry. Flip to the top. Blah. Yeah, just like that.
Just like that. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll do that. There we go.
Oh.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Honestly, I dig it. That came out a little better than I thought.
That's cool.
Okay.
It's like our castle tower too.
Yep, exactly.
Nah.
And what we can do
nice.
and what we can do is maybe do like a tile theme along the body.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I have another idea to kind of really tie it together. Hold on. Okay, hold on. How am I gonna pull this off? Let me think. Hold on. I can see it in my brain. I can see it in my mind's eye. I just have to figure out how to translate it. Think. Try. Okay. This. Weighs too much. Attached to the shoulder joint. I like that. But what I'm thinking this might look like from the side, just to describe it briefly. So like here would be the body, and it'd be a really long brim style hat, kind of like that essentially. And it would be really tall kind of spire, so something kind of like that essentially.
Oh, okay.
So kind of like this essentially, and the eye would kind of have a whole 360 motion from this little hidey spot. What I'm thinking is like a wizard beard, you know, to kind of tie in the warlock.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
What,
yeah. I
what do
get
you what do
it.
you think? What do you think? Think we can pull that
Oh,
off? Or do you think we should probably try
yeah, yeah.
something else?
Anyway, actually, you can make the bird looks like a castle flag.
Kind of like a cast. Oh, actually, I have a better idea. What if we do something similar to that? Kind of tie it together,
Huh?
but we'll circle it all the way around, so it'll
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so it'll kind of like overlap, and make it kind of like a fallen moss, kind of like a moss, kind of like a mossy
Oh.
tower beard kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that works too.
That's what I'm thinking of anyway, and we can really have some fun with the texture and the design, as we get that far.
Yeah, let's try it first, bro.
I'm honestly, I'm digging this. I think we're having some. I think we're cooking here. Let me tie that around just so we can actually have a little bit of a shoulder it can rest on.
Wait, wizard. Okay.
Like a warlock's tower kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, cause
I get it.
Yeah, cause see if we consider something like this, and we do the knight, kind of like a knight's lance, so like a knight on a horse on the left arm, and then a dragon on the right. It could be like a kind of like a fantasy story, you know, but like the,
Oh,
like a
yeah,
knight that
yeah,
challenges,
yeah.
like a knight that challenges a warlock, and it summons a dragon to stop him.
Yeah, put it together.
Yeah, that honestly, I'm digging that. It's looking pretty. I really like that idea. I think we're cooking. I think we got a really solid idea here. And what I can do next, apply the texture on you.
Yeah, the brick. The brick.
Yeah. Which would be most important. Yes, we will need that. Like that. Actually, no, hang on. That's the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's... Oops, that's that part. That. Okay, so something kind of like that for the brick texture. I'm not going to go into like super detail over this brick texture. It doesn't have to look super fancy, but just enough to get the point across, you know?
Yeah. Don't make it too detailed, I think.
Yeah, because if you go too heavy into the detail, you kind of burn yourself out before you get the concept started, and that's never a good thing.
That's why.
So I have to ask though, is from one artist to another, how do you deal with that? Like, if you find yourself burning out from a concept that you really want to cook up and play with, what are some ideas and strategies that you use as mechanism to kind of help keep the creative juices flowing?
Perhaps sleep.
Just hopes and prayers.
Yeah.
You know what? That's 100% valid. I will absolutely accept that answer. That's me with half the designs too, and I kind of like force myself to finish a design if I'm still cooking with it. So I'll be staring at it for like a day, 2 days straight, and not like draw anything else until I know for a fact it's done.
Yeah, understandable.
See here.
Okay, let's see. Overall.
Kind of,
Yeah, pretty nice. Haha.
yeah, the texture definitely is tying it together.
Yep, not too detailed, but good. Yeah, you need to make it the gap. Oh.
I love the mirror tool too. It makes things like this so easy, so I don't have to go back and do it a second time.
Yeah, only CSP stuff can do that. It's faster this way, huh? Yeah, I think I will buy CSP next time.
Yeah, I know. I heard about the whole license thing with CSP, and I know that kind of threw off a lot of people. But I just kind of did I just did it once because I was using GIMP before this, and a friend of mine
Mm,
suggested Medibang, which I used for a little while, really early on, but
mhm.
never really stuck with. Like I used it for a couple things, but never really stuck with it. But I saw a lot of people using Clip Studio Paint and heard really good things about it, so I figured, alright, well, I think I'll go with that one instead and just buy the license the one time.
Very nice.
That's just kind of what I did with it.
Yeah, the feature
So,
is great.
oh yeah, especially with all the with all the extra pens and styluses and brushes that you could download or buy too that people make.
Okay, okay, okay. Noted, noted.
That does make it really nice too. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more of a base here.
Oh, kind of
Kinda,
bridge, like a bridge.
yeah, just to kind of give it something to sit on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see.
I like that
Extra
essentially.
detail. Now it looks like a car.
Yes.
Really old car.
You know what? You know what? We'll entertain it. We're gonna keep cooking this. Throw a little.
Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, yeah. Chain. The
Yeah, let's
chain.
throw a fancy little chain down there as well.
Yeah.
Expand the door just a little bit so it will actually like eat all the way down there like that.
Oh, pretty good. Oh,
Oops.
wait, wait.
There we go.
Castle door is not square. I mean, like a square.
Well, I wanted to widen the door a little bit because I noticed that
Oh, yeah,
the
I see.
supports for the chain were a little short, and I just wanted to work on that a little bit.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I mean that. Yes.
There we go. So I'm kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Let's set up here as well. Um, kind of make a little mini
Wait.
door up here. There we go. I'm kind of like that for the head and legs.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah. Overall good.
Something else that we could consider. What are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on possibly including like a little mini like warlock's cape in the back? Or do you think that'd be too much?
I think it's too much.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing. Especially since we said we were going to introduce the wizard theme into it. I'm like, oh, how can we style this just a little bit more into that? I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. That'd be a little, that'd be pushing a little heavily. Okay, so we got the head and legs done. Yeah, I think we're good with the head and legs. We got a pretty solid start so far. So what should we do? Let's do the dragon hand next. Let's do Inferno. So how should we interpret this? Because on one hand, we could make it really easy and just do like a dragon head on like a scaly arm and call it a day. But I want to have some fun with this one designing. You know, I want to kind of like really refine this and make it unique. What could we do?
What you can do? How about no oh yeah, how to say this? Kinda like Pisa Tower. A bit.
Kind of like Pizza Tower?
Wait, Pisa. Tower of Pisa, Italy.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the soldier. For the soldier, I think.
Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea for the dragon arm. I have an idea. Hear me out. So
Okay.
So you know how the in Super Sentai, you know, when the arms, you know, when Beast combine for arms, and it's like the body tucks in and creates the forearm and the upper arm like that. What do you think? Like we can do the head,
Yeah.
the dragon head, and the forearm will be
I
like
see
the
where this is
torso
going.
with the arms tucked in. You know. What do you think?
Yeah, I see where.
What do you think? You think that'd be a winner, or you think we're still gotta think about it? Because I'm just having some funny here.
It's cool and funny. So do it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's do it. I dig it. We'll make it happen. So let me see. What do I do? Okay, so let's start.
Yes.
Hold on.
Just try make T-Rex head, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna work my way up the body.
Okay.
Start with the head. So I'll start with a basic shape. Since this is a long-range kind of attack, what I'm gonna do... do like a... like an open jaw kind of thing. That can like flip open and close. Kind of like that, essentially. Bad angle, but... alright.
Oh, what? It's just my thinking. Just my idea. Why not we try put Tyranno head Medarot? If you remember, the one with hammer arm.
Which one specifically?
I forgot, with the one with tyrant thing. Oh, hammer arm with hammer like arm. Tyranno type meta.
Oh, I see, like the attack Tyranno. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Attack Tyranno. Sorry. I forgot the name. Well, like that.
I could see it.
Yeah, it con like
Let's
it
try
cons.
Let's do that. You're right. Let's do that. So what I'm gonna do, just so I can have it as a reference, I'm actually gonna go grab what the profile of his head looked like. Hold on. I know it had a kind of a funky shape to it, but honestly, that's a good idea, though. Pull that up. Let's see. I think that preferably gives me to do this one. Do that one. Have some. Small. Honestly, I think this one will work. Grab this. Here. It's only going to be there long enough for me to get the design down. And after that, we're good to go. So, pop back in here. Okay, so it's kind of a rounded head kind of thing.
Oh.
There we go, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Kind of like this is what you're saying, right? Kind of like that?
So that will be attack Tyranno on.
What we can do, add a couple silly little dragon horns here as well. Is a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Eyes might be kind of funky though. So let's develop this. Play around with it. Should you do like an angry eye or kind of like just a silly blank eye, kind of like that?
Silly eye works too.
Do the silly eye.
Yeah.
Do that.
It's Medarot, so it's okay.
Yes, yes, exactly. I like that. Actually, let's do the nostrils in this format too. I like that.
So actually we can make the Inferno pop up from their nose, from the nose.
Yeah,
like a dragon breath.
Yeah, kind of like it's billowing smoke or something.
Yeah. So you don't need make the apa the lower jaw to open. You don't need to make it.
That's what I'm thinking about doing, is making the jaw open.
I mean, you don't need to open it.
Well, I don't have to open it. Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a good point, though. You're right. Because if we'll like use the nostrils,
Yeah,
I like that idea. I like it. We're doing it.
yeah, that's
I like that, basically.
yep.
You know what? I really dig this idea. I really dig it. Let me get this up a little. There's some big old nostrils there. This guy's gonna be sneezing up some real honkers when he decides to start firing off like that. You know what? I like this idea. I like it. What we can do next for the body... tie it in a little bit more. That. That's over the body. We can do... let's put one of the arms. I'll like tuck it in the body a little bit. So like... I like tuck it in the body, you know? I can draw that
Yeah.
I can draw that a little better though.
Mm.
I don't know why I keep trying to overdo myself. Just do it one little piece at a time. Think, Kuura, think. Make it easy on yourself. Every artist ever. Do they ever take their own advice? Probably not.
Wait.
I'm kind of like that.
What is this
like
person?
So this
Yeah.
is like a little tucked in arm.
Ah,
And
tiny
then-
arm. Okay.
Yeah, and then the shoulder up here will be like the lower body and the tail.
Oh.
Actually, in that being the case, I need to make this arm a little bit bigger. Because it's not sharing it with anything, so... that's a little bit better, like that.
Actually, you don't need to make the arm, by the way.
What do you... how so? What do you think?
Wyvern? Like a wyvern? You don't need you don't need to make the arm.
I could see it. I was thinking... That's a good idea, too. Because my approach was kind of like a Western style dragon, but...
Oh, I see.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I was...
yeah.
because that's what I was thinking, is it's like a Western style dragon. Especially since we're kind of going with the Western style castle design.
Ah, I see.
That's not to say that,
Makes sense.
That's not to say, that, early lore
Yeah.
didn't use wyverns as well, but, something kind
Yeah,
of
that
like...
totally makes sense. Understandable.
something like that. That'll be the little arm tucked in.
Hmm.
Get a colored underbelly too. But one thing I'm thinking we could do as well for fun, just to make it, because again we're going silly here with the, with the fantasy idea. I should draw that.
You mean the wings?
Yeah, I'm gonna do little wings on it. Something kind of like that. Not like a really big wing, but just like something silly, and that'll kind of like tie it together. So
Like a Spyro.
yes, exactly. So something kind of like this.
Hey, it's good.
Here we go. And another one over here on the other side. Kind of like that. That. Got a little claw on the top of it, The style.
Hmm.
Actually, let's also do a little bit of a... of a spiky back here.
What? I forgot the name. Dorsal? Eh.
Like a dorsal, yeah.
Wait.
There we go. Kind of like
Is it
that.
really close?
What we can do... Attach it. Do the lower body.
Hmm.
What we can do... This is what we're... Attach. Oh, let me turn myself
Yeah, arm.
on.
The arm.
Yeah, there we go. Like that. Other side. A great big old thigh here. Again, it's tucked in. The body's tucked in. What we can do is include the dorsal, little dorsal bumps farther down the body.
Yeah.
And what we can do is kind of loop the tail around. And it kind of drapes under the backside. So that's heavy.
Make it shorter, I think. Make it shorter.
Yeah, that's
Perhaps
what,
the tail.
that's what I'm thinking. So maybe something about right here.
Oh yeah. That works. Ah.
Work with me, please, pen. Thank you. I like that. What we can
Yeah.
do-
Ah.
Eye on the underside here. A little scaly belly. I like that.
Yep. Good.
You know, I really dig that. I really dig that idea. It looks so silly, but you know, it's something that you could probably you'd probably actually see happen.
Yeah. It's better not as well.
You can just imagine, you know, just as if he's like entertaining children or something. Because reminder, these are children's toys, you know. Is you just like play a little ventriloquist with the dragon pet, you know, and just like little like sail the arm around around the base around his castle or something, you know. Kind of like visualize, kind of like telling a story. I dig it. Honestly, this is looking really good so far. I like this idea. And then when I work on the alternative concept, which are like just extra sketches or anything, I can do like what the arm would look like fully stretched or whatever else. But honestly, I like that idea. I like it. I really do. So now, what should we do for the
What's that?
A little bit of it, like kind of like a scale texture.
I think you don't need it. I think.
Don't need it.
Yeah, I think you don't need it.
It feels kind of blank for me, but that'll probably change when I get the color on it.
No worries.
Okay, so
We can color it later.
Clean that up a little. There we go. Yeah, I don't focus on color immediately either, but I sometimes kind of overthink a design as I'm working on it. I'm like, no, that won't work, and I kind of put myself in a loop with it as we kind of keep playing with it.
Yeah, the detail is enough, I think. The detail.
Okay. Yeah, and having a little
Yeah,
scaly underbelly like that, I think, is more than enough. You're right. However, what I do need to do is...
more dorsal.
Yeah, put the little bumps down the entirety of the back.
I see.
There
Yeah,
we go.
that's okay.
That looks a little bit better. So now what we need to do is kind of figure out what we want to do with the
Other arm.
yeah, with the lance arm.
Drawing
So,
a file. Perhaps for like
So
Tonsiot lance?
I kind of like the idea as well that oh, my music's cutting off on me. Hold on, I gotta go tell YouTube I'm still alive. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube has this weird thing where if you don't pay attention to the tab long enough, after like 30-40 minutes, it says, "Hey, are you still alive?" and stops playing.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. Looking at my touch and base with my chat as well. So that makes me think of two things. The first is doing similar legs, but the arm and head are of a king, and the other is doing a wizard head and the arms, but the legs are a tower. Okay, I can kind of see where you're coming from with that too. That's definitely another idea. What I'm thinking we could do for the night.
Dion, hear my idea?
kinda have one.
Mhm.
What is So you know Legend Horn, right? That unicorn type from Metarot DS with the statues for arms.
Yeah, huh?
What if we try
Kinda.
something? What if we try something kind of like that? And we could stylize it in the same way that we did the dragon, but do it as like a kind of like a knight on a horse. Or do you think that'd be too much?
Yeah, it's cool.
Hmm.
It's cool.
How would we stylize that is the question.
Perhaps you can style it like do you know don't shoot? I don't know, don't quit shot. Don't quit shot story? Do you know?
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
it?
with Quasar.
Perhaps you can make like that. So like how I describe it? Perhaps the horse have ragged pile and the knight head is on the shoulder.
So you're saying like make the horse head the arm?
Yes, like
Actually,
a dragon,
you know what?
like a dragon.
You know what? Actually, that's a good way to put it, because I was overthinking it the whole time. I'm like, you know what? I was thinking the whole time, how am I gonna turn a lance into an arm if we're having like a kind of like a horse-drawn knight or something? I'm like, no, you know what? You're right. Is we kind of went with the silly Megazord style arm for the dragon. Why don't we do that for the knight? You're 100%.
Yes.
You're 100% right. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. See, that's what these collaborative art streams are all about. See, you're thinking of things I'm not, and that's what makes this even better.
Yeah, it's kind of fun like this way.
All right, so we'll do that. So what I'll do is I'm gonna work down.
Can I tell?
Yeah, I'm gonna work down this time instead of working up. What we'll do is kind of a stocky kind of build. Stocky kind of build.
With the knight helmet action. I mean, yeah, it's knight helmet, right? Knight helmet, wait.
Actually, no, hold on, I have a better idea.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I'm
Let me
trying to
see.
figure out how I wanted to do the helmet on there. Like, no, I have a better idea, because it'd be clipping into the hat the whole time. I don't want that. What I'll do is...
Yeah, let's do it.
Do a round left shoulder. Round, please. CSP. Thank you. Kind of like that. About even. But what we'll do is we'll stylize the shoulder as the knight's helm. Kind of like that. And then we'll make the upper arm the body of the knight. What do you think?
Well, yeah, that works.
Okay, so we'll
That
do
works.
that.
That works.
Make this just... I can just get it to behave and what it looks like in my head as we're discussing this, playing around with it. That's the trick, is translating from the brain to the hand. I'm thinking of this too hard.
Yeah, that's good.
So something kind of like that. I'll do. Let me get creative here. That. So glad when I finally realized I could do this trick. I'm like, this makes things so easy. If I'm working with layers, why am I not using them, you know? Kind of like that. Here's this. Yeah. I brush back down for one. like that for the knight
Yeah.
head. And what I can do
That works.
is add a little plume. Actually, I kind of
Make it like dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of like that idea because then it'll have a plume going down both sides of the arm. I like that idea. I like it.
Make it like a dragon.
I like that essentially. It wouldn't be nearly as long.
Ooh.
So now instead of it being like a kind of like a D&D theme, it's kind of like a wizard telling a story kind of thing.
Story of a knight and dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's like telling it's like telling a story than it is trying to do anything with it. I like that idea. I really like this. And it ties together the really weird kit too, so it can make it work.
It's better. Of course, it works.
So that'll be the head. And the body next.
Oh.
Point.
Oh.
And I just had an idea that can tie in the horse theme to it, and I'm really proud of myself after you said that. I'm like, ooh, we're cooking now, boys. We're cooking. We got an idea here.
Yeah. It will looks like critical horse.
Let's do like a little Templar Knight cross.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Actually, let's do a little funny here as well. Let's add a little on the outside of the arm.
Tiny arm good too.
Little mini sword, little mini sword attached to the upper.
Oh yeah.
Like
I see.
Kind of like a little mini sword, you know.
You know, now I'm thinking it looks like the knight. What the name? The knight with with ice effect. Medarot knight with ice effect.
Okay, yeah. Barba Blue.
I forgot the name.
The Bluebeard type? Yeah. I see what you're getting at. Let me see here. Touching on again. Thinking of a Japan castle legs with a pagoda tower chest. One arm is the dragon head, the other is the tail. And the chest part is made to look like the dragon wraps. Ooh, now that's an idea to consider. That'd be a really cool idea for like an upgrade to one of the original dragon types. Not dragon, I'm sorry. One of the original castle types. You might not realize it, but you're pretty darn close actually with the pagoda theme, John. There is a model that was introduced in Medarot R, the only game on the PlayStation 1, and his name was Daiten Shukaku, and he was designed to be like the counterpart to Baron Castle, because Baron Castle was designed as a Western style castle, but Daiten Shukaku was designed as a Eastern style with a full pagoda theme going on to it. It was really
yeah.
It was really cool, honestly. Let me see if I can pull that up here real quick. Hold on, I can.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop it up on chat real quick too. Let me grab this.
Japanese castle style lah.
Let's see here. I'm gonna add it.
Oh, I nearly forgot this better.
There you go, kind of like that essentially. If that's kind of tying into what you're thinking about, John. And he was designed, like I said, as a counterpart to, or at least I assume he was as a counterpart to Baron Castle as an Eastern style pagoda. And unfortunately, he only ever showed up in one game, which was Medarot R, and then never saw the light of day again, which kind of sucks because Baron Castle kept going, but unfortunately, Daiten Shukaku unfortunately did not. I had an idea, and I might actually go back and cultivate a little more, and I might show it to you later when we get off stream, Rico. Of it was an idea that I had because we had an Eastern style castle, Japanese style, and there was a Western style castle, and I had an idea for a Babylonian style, like floating gardens type.
That's kind of cool. Okay.
I had a concept drawn down on paper for it. I had part names and everything for it, but I never finished cultivating the design and playing around with it. So I might I'll show that one to you after we get off stream and see what you think of it. Because honestly, I might go back and read it and revisit some of those older ones that I did. But
yeah, sure.
Yeah, and if you decide that you like it, I mean, by all means, have some fun with it. But yeah, the Japanese style pagoda, it definitely has been considered. I just noticed this is slightly off, so I want to fix that so it looks a little better. Because I forgot I expanded it down here, and I just want to make sure it looks even.
Oh.
I'm particular like that. If it looks off after I design it, I have to go back and clean it up a little bit. Easy fix, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the symmetry tools are for.
Yeah, it's not detail, but okay. Nah.
There we go, that's a little better. Just that. Power just touch. Okay. I like that. That's better. Okay, now I'm happy. All is right in the world. Okay, and then what we can do. Okay, I'm cooking an idea for the horse. Is we can make it kind of like a pile bunker.
Hmm.
I'm thinking of if we can do the head of the horse.
Hey, you say that you can make the horse look like unicorn.
That's an idea too, yeah. I was thinking something along those lines. It's not exactly gonna look like a horse's head, but it'll get the concept across.
Ah, no worries, no worries.
Actually, hold on. I have an idea. We're gonna tie this together.
Okay.
We're gonna do this from the bottom.
Oh, armored horse.
A war horse, yeah.
Yeah, war horse. Oh yeah.
Gonna tie it together.
They name it.
Tie the theme together a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of war horse, yeah. Not armored horse. Okay.
Plus, it means fewer details to draw. The secret of every artist. How can I cheat this design and still make it look detailed?
Wait. Just make it looks like the knight helmet.
Yeah.
A little bigger. Bigger.
A little bit bigger. Okay.
Yeah, bigger. Make it looks like the knight helmet. Yes. No. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
We'll do that. So I gotta.
Yes.
There
Yes.
we go. That's the shape I was looking for. I was drawing the line the wrong
Yes.
way.
Yes, that's it. Wait. No. Wait, let me see. War horse.
Actually, need to make this a little bit bigger though. Hang on. The angle's a little too sharp on this for my taste, but I like where I'm going with it.
It's okay, I think. It's okay.
Yeah, the angle is just a little sharp for me. That's all. I just wanted to, because it looks really sharp at the top, but then kind of smaller at the bottom, and I just wanted to fix that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, not quite, but I like the design I'm going for. So let's.
I think don't make it look pointy, I guess.
Don't make it look pointy.
Too pointy. Don't make it look too pointy. Nah. Like the knight helmet. No, not that. I mean the top is too pointy.
Too pointy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to balance it. So, yeah, see, that's good.
Yeah, too pointy. This.
I like that.
This. Yeah.
Okay.
But smaller.
But smaller. Okay.
Ah.
That's too small. Like right there.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Okay.
I dig it. We'll make this work.
The size is good. Okay. Helmet like this. Yep.
Do is add a little stylized horse ear. to the main.
Yeah, the main arm.
Don't make the main super long though. About as long as the basically make it the hand.
Sure, that works.
I like that essentially. Do the same thing like I did with like that. I dig it. I dig it. We're making progress. What I'm thinking we can do. Let's see. Two comments are similar. Western castle, where the long western dragon is guarding the princess in the castle tower, and the other is the eastern dragon wrapped around the pagoda, the head and arms. Okay. So I see where you're cooking though, John. You kind of have an idea of a kind of like redesigning Baron Castle and Daiten Shukaku a little bit with a little more stylized creative freedom. And I like where you're going with that. That's definitely a pretty solid idea. I might visit that actually at some point, if I don't have any concepts lined up that I want to work with first, because that's a really good idea, honestly. So what I'm thinking of is for the body, the arm. Actually, you know what? That head's a little small too. Now I'm looking at. I'll do.
Yeah, we can make it bigger.
Yeah, I'm gonna increase the size a little bit. I got so focused on how to make the head shape. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, just like that. That's better. That fills in space a lot easier too.
Wait, isn't it weird if the arms look? No. I mean, the feature is same like Omega Knight.
So you're saying?
You mean
So you saying
suddenly pop up the lens? Perhaps.
So, that's a possibility. What I'm thinking of actually is we could actually use the horse head as the lance.
Oh, I get it now.
So what I'm thinking, see, hear me out. What I'm thinking of, if we made the knight the shoulder and the upper arm, and we can do the forearm kind of like a pile bunker kind of style, where it's actually like the body of the horse, and then like the head of the horse would be like a kind of like a lance.
I get it. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I really get it. Okay, continue.
Okay.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I get it. Cool. That's cool.
Okay. So what we'll do. We make the foreskirt for the horse. That. And that the knight's sitting on, you know?
Yeah. It's all like sit already. It's cool.
There's gonna be kind of like a skirting that's over the arm.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that. I can hide this here because that'll be in front of the castle wall. What I can do is I will segment this so it can like hide in the arm. Kind of like that. It's out over here too. However, if I do that, I gotta close this up all the way. Now it's gonna be a sword. Perspective is important to everything. I like that. I will... that. Close it. I like that. Kind of tie it in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do kind of have some fun with it is make a little bit of a detail or skirt. So we'll tie it up.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
A little Templar
I
cross
get
on
it.
the horse as well.
Okay.
Hold on, let me actually force a little more perspective on that. Hang on.
It's okay, it's okay. I think that's okay, I think.
I don't know why I'm complicating this. Make it easy. Kuura, stop complicating things.
Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. I'm actually okay with the first one.
Yeah, just the perspective was off on it, that's all. I just wanted to make it look a
Yeah.
little better. There you go, something kind of like that, essentially. What we can do is I will do a couple stubs here to be kind of like the legs of the horse tucked underneath the body. What we can do is add a little bit of a trail to the back here, the horse's tail.
Actually, you don't need to.
Don't need to. Okay, I don't need
Yeah, actually, you
Yeah,
don't need
because
to.
we're gonna have the trail on the back of the knight's head of the knight's helmet.
Yes.
Okay, honestly, I kind of like this. This looks really cool.
Cool and funny.
I dig. I really like this idea. I dig it. We'll do that. I actually want to enclose it all the way just so it can actually here. There we go. I like that.
Now that I look it looks like the warlock playing with, I don't know, like an elbow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I dig it. I like it. I really like the direction we're taking this. Okay,
It's pretty nice.
So let me think. What should we do for color next? I'm thinking kind of like a stone gray, obviously, for the body.
Color ya, color. Tone is gray.
What I'm thinking is kind of like not exactly a stone gray, but maybe something like, if I can color tone it here real quick. Like this color. What do you think? Or do you think that?
Oh yeah, cool.
Or do you think we should do something a little more? Or do you think we should do something a little darker?
No. Don't make it look darker, I think.
Okay, so you like this color.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's go with this color then.
it's cool with the color. Oh yeah.
So that can be the color for the main body. What I'm gonna do, if you like the idea of the mono eyes, I'm gonna color this dark, kind of help it stand out. Like that. And what color?
That works.
What kind of color should we make the eye though?
I.
We could do red.
Red, purple? Purple?
Purple?
Yeah?
Oh, why not? Go purple.
Yeah, let's do it purple.
Kind of like that. Going for like the mystical colors.
Or you want red? That it looks like Sauron.
We could do that. You want to go red?
Yeah.
We'll go red.
Yeah,
We'll go red.
cool. Okay, now it's Sauron now.
Yes. I dig it. We're making this work. And my brush. There we go. Okay. So I have to ask, just kind of working on conversation since I'm working on this. When you're working on Orimedas, what's kind of, do you have any particular process on how you do it, or any kind of themes that you want to pursue, or do you just kind of wing it when you work on creating designs?
Usually, I collect the reference first.
References.
Yeah, the references first. So, here's the thing. I have the theme. Only a theme. Only.
Okay. So you just say, okay, I want to make, say, a T-Rex type, and then you just kind of explore it.
Yes, that's it. Like that.
Okay.
I kind of like. I need to explore more and search for it. Like watching Jurassic Park as a reference. I do that too, by the way.
Okay. Honestly, I do the same thing with some designs too. I mean, like, one of the most recent ones I finished recently, I did as an independent design, was it was a Sun and Moon hero type, named Arion, and used a lot of really unique ideas for that one. He went through a couple iterations before I finally finished it. Let me actually, I don't think I showed you Arion, did I? I don't think I did. Here, let me.
Sure.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick and show that to you. I'm actually really proud of that one. It's actually one of my new tops for the favorites and such. Let's see where I can find it. Here we are. Here we are.
Oh, nice. It's pretty cool.
Because you don't see a lot of like Centurion or hero types. I'm like, you know what? I could have some fun with that. But I wanted to try to create a contrast at the same time with like a sun and moon. So
yes.
I spoke with a couple friends of mine to kind of help me put something together for it, and eventually came up with the idea of like a sun cannon and a moon sword, and then had to come up with a unique idea of how to do that. The sun cannon, for instance, there used to be like a lion's helm, like a lion's roar, and then I figured no, that'd be too symbolic, and I have to find something to do with it for the sword. So I just made it a sun cannon instead. But a really neat little tidbit I put with this one was I actually put the moon phases from new moon to full moon to back on the sword. So I thought that was a really unique, neat little idea I put together.
Actually, it's pretty cool, bro.
So I'm definitely gonna be submitting Orion for the next contest. I just have to format a different Oh, trust me, I dumped probably like 10 or 15 in the last contest, and I got so happy when I saw Producer San go through most of them and play around with it. But no, honestly, with the way with the way a lot of these designs come out, I would love to be able to submit a whole bunch of these for the next contest too. Like, just imagine if they host another contest for Survivor and say like this one wins. Just seeing a little fantasy, night, night castle, strolling around in endless woods. So I'd definitely love to see that happen. I have a bunch I'd love to see, but I was so happy when he actually formally reviewed one of my favorites that I did was Steam General. And talked about the fact that there weren't enough locomotive train types represented in the series. I'm like, yes, finally, I'm being heard.
Yeah, just Steam General.
In fact, I actually ended up coming up with a whole brand new leg ability concept for the last time I sent it in too. So had some fun with that. But now that we have a new one, Combustion, thanks to the Godzilla collab, I'm like, you know what? I could argue both of these and justify it either way because both of them actually fit.
I get it, bro.
Because the way I designed it, the ability I gave him was called Steam Engine, obviously.
I remember that.
But the way I set it up was it was essentially very similar to Voltage, which gave you an all stat boost to your head and arms when meeting a certain condition. So it was kind of like the leg abilities, where it's like if something triggered, you get a leg stats plus. But I didn't want to touch something like that because it kind of already been done before. So I spoke with a friend and said, hey, should I stick with the skills plus, with the stats plus, the leg stats? And he's like, honestly, go stats plus, because if you went leg stats, you'd be basically Combustion. And I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, that's actually fair.
Looks good. Let's do dark. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Should we do brown treads or black?
Brown, I think.
Yeah,
It's anu nggak? This is all castle, right? So I think
do like brown,
black
like
is not
kind
quite
of like
fit.
a foundation that it's sitting on.
Yes, yes. Black is not quite fit for this castle anyway.
Something kind of like this. This is kind of what I'm figuring for the castle.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll do a darker, richer brown for the darker, please. Almost. There we go, kind of like that. A darker, flatter, paler brown for the door. I help that stand apart. There's a neat little feature. Imagine if they set up to let like the drawbridge opened.
You mean like the effect?
Yeah, like neat little bonus feature there.
Yeah. Cool.
Kind of like that for the legs. What we'll do is a right there. Inside. Next to two. What I'm actually thinking of. What if we do the beard in this color? Or do you kind of like a moss over a aged castle kind of thing? Or do you think we should go with another color?
If a moss, then it's green then.
Okay, so let's do it in the green and see how it looks.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it first. Let's try it first.
Let's try this.
If you don't like it, maybe we can back to white.
Or maybe like kind of like a stone, yeah.
Yeah.
And we can also make it like a darker or a paler green too.
Yeah.
Make it a lighter tone. See how that looks. Okay, not quite lighter. Let's do. Okay, getting there. There we go. Something that kind of sets it apart from the inside of the joints. Or do you think we should change the color of the joints to something else?
You don't need to, I think. It's okay, I guess.
Stick it with the lighter tone. Help it set apart. And then what I'm thinking for the castle spire, and essentially the hat in this case, is kind of a richer, darker green.
Wait, oh, now it looks like Forest Warlock, huh?
Yeah, do like a kind of like a darker forest green for the castle, for the spire. Or do you think maybe we should do something like maybe like a kind of like a dark navy or a gray or a black?
Let's try it first.
Oh, yeah,
I think.
Let's see what it looks like in green.
Yeah. Ooh.
Trial and error, gotta love it. Honestly, though, kind of tying back to what you were saying with when you come up with Orimeda design, that's actually a really nice way to do it too. Because, and I'm guilty of this too. Usually, what I end up doing is I think of a theme, in a sense, kind of like what you do, but then I kind of end up getting in this loop of trying to reinvent the wheel, where I'm thinking of like, how does it look? What do I want to tie it into? What kind of references do I want to make? What kind of skills should it have? And I just put myself in this endless loop over and over and over again, working on that. And no, it's just something I end up having to constantly fight with. The green looks nice, but I'm kind of leaning more toward like a darker, like a navy or a gray or a slate.
Yeah, I think that too.
Yes, let's try that. So let's tone it. Yeah, this. Okay, we're getting there. Let's grayscale a little. Ooh, yes, just like that. What do you think? What do you think? This kind of color? Okay. What do you think of this?
Oh yeah, good. Wait. Can you try it brown color?
In a brown?
Yeah.
You know
Perhaps
what? That's a good idea. Hold on, let me... Like that?
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
That works. I like that. So
Yeah.
Let me just recolor this real quick because it caught my... Just hold on.
Just do the black.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
You know what?
Cool.
I do like that a whole lot better, actually. You're right. That was a good call. That was a very good call. Alright, so now... I'm figuring, obviously, kind of like a dark maroon for the dragon. What do you think?
Oh,
Or do you
jacket
think we
is
should-
dark.
Or do you think we should do another color? Because I'm thinking we could use contrasting colors, like a maroon and a cream for the dragon, and like a blue and silver for the knight.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah.
That was my idea anyway. So
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
That actually works.
yeah, something kind of like this for the dragon. Or do you think we should go darker?
Yes.
Or, yeah, let's stick with this.
Wait.
Alright, honestly, honestly, our idea of doing like the little segmented body for this as for a funny was like the best idea ever.
Oh, it's just maybe perhaps a tips. Do you know Magic One? Or I say wait. Block color feature in CSP?
No. Well, if I have, I've just not messed with it.
Oh, why?
I just haven't explored it. That's all.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because I play around with features just a little bit at a time.
Then?
I just don't really think about it. That's all.
Okay.
No, hold on. Let's do a faded gold for the eye. No, hang on. Kind of like that. Dragon horns. Do you think the dragon horn should be dark, like a gray, or should they make them like a cream color?
I think cream.
Go cream? Go cream.
Yeah, go cream.
Go cream. Let's...
Make it like tux, I mean. Elephant tux.
Be kind of like... that's a little too bright. Hold on. Put that down. Like a bone color?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, kind of like this. Now, the other thing we kind of have to think about too are the names. Like, what should we call this thing, and what should we do the part names for?
Oh damn! I don't think anything.
That's gonna be the fun part. Is how we're gonna put that together.
Yeah, what is the again? Oh. What if the name is storyteller?
Storyteller. That's a good. That's an interesting idea. Hold on, let me detail this. Yeah, we go on tangents here, but I like it. Let's go. Let's explore. Hold on.
Make it alternative first.
Let's do storyteller. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, what do you know? It's actually 8 characters. We could do that.
Yeah.
We could do storyteller.
Perhaps you want to make another alternative name?
No, honestly, I like it. I like the name storyteller because that's kind of what we ended up doing with this one.
Yeah.
Because it's like telling the story, you know, of a knight that goes to slay a dragon. I really like that idea. We'll cultivate that one. So here's another question for you. Out of all the Orimedas that you've designed, obviously excluding any bias toward Musha Beetle, because, you know, he's in-game, what is the design that you created or that you remember working on that you enjoyed the most?
From the Orimeda contest or...
Just in general. 'Cause
I think it
I've
was-
seen a handful of ones that you've done too between between Pixiv and DeviantArt and Twitter and so on. So you come with a bunch of really cool designs, but I was just curious if you had any that you particularly enjoyed more than others. Minus, of course, Musha Beetle.
Wait. Is Meta Rod works or other artworks too?
Stick with Meta Rod for now.
Okay. What I enjoy the most, yeah? What I enjoy the most? Wait. Let me check my pixie first. I kind of forgot.
Quick, let me check the art dump. Quickly runs.
Yeah?
I thought about hopping on Pixiv for something like that. I just never got around to actually doing it or seeing if it'd be, worth if it's worth it. What are your overall thoughts on Pixiv? That'd be the better question to ask. Compared to other platforms like DeviantArt.
I think Pixie more they know our preference actually.
Preference, okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Actually they how to say it? Wait. The AI will land us. Bukan not land. Sorry. Will guide us. I mean, to another artist with the same
Like an algorithm.
same preference as yes.
Okay.
The algorithm
Okay.
will get kinda like that. Since DeviantArt too random, I think DeviantArt.
Yeah, that's 100% valid, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little...
Oh yeah. Actually, I enjoy this one. The T-Rex Medarot I made, which can make that
Yes,
change.
and that's actually one of the ones I was referencing earlier with T-Rex as an idea. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking of, and I thought that was a really cool design you came up to with that. Is with the alternative mode and everything like that. That was really creative what you did.
Yeah, sadly, the design loose.
Have you thought about resubmitting that one?
I have actually.
Like maybe the next time a contest comes around, you could resubmit them.
Perhaps, I guess. Perhaps.
Especially since Meta S also included Tira Megatron as part of the Transformers collaboration.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be like a perfect like side partner between the two of them, like just having two models that can transform into proper T-Rexes.
Perhaps I can make another dinosaur. I think like Triceratops, perhaps.
Let me think. I think, well, we have T-Rex theme, like obviously Attack Tyranno, but I don't think we have any that formally transformed like that though.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Miscommunication. Sorry.
No. And honestly, it's fine because there's just so many different types that it's hard to keep track of which ones were designed and which ones weren't sometimes. Something kind of like that for the dragon arm.
Oh yeah, that works. That totally works.
I'm thinking as well, I might want to reconstruct the beard moss and kind of make that a little more scraggly because now it kind of looks like a bandito as I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Let's try it first.
I have some ideas on what I could do, but let me finish working on the flat color real quick, just so I can have all that taken care of first.
Okay.
I'm cooking up ideas as I'm working on it. What I'm thinking of for the night is we can use. Okay, that's a little too bright, something more richer, like that. Use like this kind of blue, or do you think we should use like a sky blue? Kind of like this. Actually, I kind of like this. Let me see if I can lighten it just a little. What do you think? Should I go lighter or should I go darker on the blue color?
Make it darker, I think. Make it darker.
Okay.
Yeah, go darker.
We'll go darker.
To balance the dragon.
This.
Yes.
make the helm just a whole solid color. On topic of your original Orimedas, though, of course I have to mention because I just had so much fun working on it that time, was the your battleship type.
Oh, that one.
I had a lot of fun with that one, honestly. It was a massive project to build, but no, that one definitely came out really nice. I showcased it on my commission poster.
Oh, yeah. I remember your 3D. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it came out really nice, honestly. I really did enjoy how that one came out.
Ya, ada lagi tuh. It's the first time I make it apa ya? Bulkier Medarot.
The white would be
Okay,
like that.
white. White ya. Wait. Do they have color white?
Or do you think we should do another color?
For let's try white first. For now. Wait,
Okay.
I will think it.
Okay.
Let's try.
I'll keep working on the meantime.
Yep.
So I'm thinking of it'll be like a brighter color.
Oh, yeah.
Then we can.
I
do
think I
the
get it
white-
what you mean.
Yeah, do the white like that across it, so it kind of matches the night.
Like and dark ya.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like this. Fill this in. Kind of like that, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's a nice
That works.
contrast too with the dragon, which is what I
Yes.
was hoping for.
Yes.
I'm actually gonna make the sword the white too, just so it's like a shiny little blade he's holding.
I get the point.
I like that. Then make the main blue. That. Bad so far. Okay. Now, one idea I was thinking of: should I do the horse in a brown color or a tan color, or should I do something different with it?
Brown, I guess.
Go brown?
Yeah, go brown.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, nice.
Do that. Make it a richer brown. White. What do you think? Something kind of like this?
Oh yes. Make it same like the head. To balance. Oh yeah, okay.
Actually, what came to mind immediately when I said let's make the horse head the lance is kind of tying back to the whole Super Sentai idea we had is
Oh yeah.
you know the Gao King series, how it actually had like a giraffe as one of the arms and like the whole head turned into a lance.
Yeah.
I saw that, I'm like, I wonder if we could do something similar to that. That was my
cool.
justification with it. I'm like, that we could do something kind of like that.
That's actually cool.
Amazing how you get ideas from other things if you think about it.
Not at the moment.
I'll do swap. Kind of like that for the horse arm.
Yes. Yeah, good balance.
What I'm thinking, let's redesign this a little bit. Because I like the idea we went with, but it looks too bandana-like. I'm thinking... I'm gonna layer this a little bit. Okay, hold on. Think about this a second, hold on. Make this look kind of beard-like. Like that. Work my way down. Up and up. Okay, honestly, I kind of like this idea a little bit better.
Oh, extra beard.
Make it a little more beard-like.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Like that. I like that. That looks a little bit better. What I can do is color what's not matching. Oh, hang on. There we go. I like that. That's fitting a little bit better. Or do you think maybe we should play around with a little bit more?
Wait. Actually, it's okay for the overall.
I have another idea that we could do as well.
What?
Entry tool off.
Okay, shoot it, bro.
So what I'm thinking, kind of give it a little more depth of texture, is find a couple blocks at random and color them different.
Oh, yeah. I get it. Yeah, okay. It's okay, I guess.
I like that. That'll give a little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit of extra texture.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, we could even make a block or two touch every now and then too to kind of really sell it. Remember, this is kind of like a patchwork castle here. He's not going to be, all uniform one color. Actually, I really like that idea because it gives him a little extra character, you know?
Like what?
Making a couple of the making a block every now and then that darker color. Add some
Oh yeah,
add some character.
that's fair.
Kind of also adds a uniqueness factor to it because I don't want to do like a pattern of dark colors. I want to do like kind of like spread them out. Like I could make these two. Make these two the dark color. And dark right here. That. Here's a fun question as well. It's been a pretty hot minute since Imagineers announced a contest since the last one during Metarot Day. If they do announce one, do you think they're gonna put a theme down for it? Kind of like they did with the yokai type Orimeda?
Sorry. I got cut off from at the moment.
No worries. I was thinking, you know, it's been a little bit since Imagineer hosted a contest. Do you think when they host their next one, they're gonna put a theme to it, kind of like the yokai require ones that were from a couple years ago?
Wait.
So they had a couple of contests a while ago where they gave specific themes, like it had to be multi-legged, it had to be Ouroboros themed, and it had to be male. Do you think they'll do something like that again for another contest?
Yeah, I think.
Because honestly, there was a lot of really cool ideas that came out of those. Like whenever you're making multi-legged nine-tail fox types, we had a lot of really neat stuff in those.
Perhaps. Wait. Not exactly the word.
Question those what they pick for a theme.
Pick a theme, yeah.
Yeah, what kind of theme would they pick if they did a contest like that? Do you think they'd pick another yokai as a possibility, or do you think they'd try something different?
Maybe yokai, I think. Mostly, they just put yokai. Like, Yamato no Orochi.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different yokai they could pick as themes, so it's not like they'll be at a loss for ideas. Yeah, I like that darker block texture. It kind of helps it stand out a little bit.
Oh yeah, more character. Yeah, it's good. That's good.
Okay, so let me. The next two layers that I play are I always. Let's see what we had so far. A little over 2 hours in. I think we're making some great progress on this. This is a fun thing, though, honestly, is you kind of lose track of how much time has passed.
Okay. Do you want to extra detail here? Okay. Sorry. To focus on the design. sorry.
No worries. No worries. I'm doing the light dark shading on it at the moment.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tone it back down once I get it all done. It's just my usual style when I work on art like that, is I'll do like a light dark, but then do it as like a transparent layer. I saw a friend of mine do that years ago on an art show. I'm like, huh, That's a neat way to do it. Because originally I always just colored over top of it with a lighter or darker color, and I had to constantly go back and balance over myself. I'm like, huh, if I make it a separate layer and make it transparent, that kind of does all the hard work for me.
Kinda like a cheating, huh?
I mean, hey, let's be real. Art is like 80% labor
Yeah.
and 20% whatever the final product looks like.
Yes. Yes. I get it. I really get it. Well, but back again, if it works, it works.
Can't argue with results. That's how it goes.
Oh. Now I'm thinking this one looks like sets.
Looks like what?
Sets. I mean SAG sets.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. Bad pronunciation. Sorry.
Gotcha. Play with this.
Oh.
Honestly, the way that as I'm working on this as well and trying to think ahead to like what we call it and everything, I'm really liking the name Storyteller. Like that was a really good idea.
Yeah. Back to basic, I guess.
No, but see, sometimes it's the basic names that are the best because you're trying to think
Yeah.
of, oh, I need to try to think of something unique and something that ties the theme together. No, you don't. I mean, look at, for instance, some of the earlier designs, like literally magenta cat, cyan dog.
Oh yeah.
They don't have to be super fancy sometimes. You just have to get the point across.
Sometimes basic is cool.
Less is
I
more.
mean, yeah. If you, wait. How do I say this? Sometimes if you, you said mostly you are overthinking it, right?
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I'm often guilty of trying to reassemble the wheel when it comes to making something unique, and I get so lost
Yeah.
in trying to make it that I burn myself out before I actually finish the design.
Yeah. Well,
Which
it's
sucks, honestly, because I have so many creative ones I want to make and have fun with, but burning myself out isn't very conducive to a final product either.
maybe you need to back to basic again. I mean, something simpler is good, by the way.
Exactly, yes. And
Yeah.
I'm still trying to teach myself that lesson because it's I'm not gonna say it's a challenge, but it's something you kind of have to keep in mind as you're designing, because you're like,
yeah.
okay, yeah, I want to get a theme across, I want to get an idea, but I don't want to overcomplicate it either, because if I tie it in full of references, there's a chance that it might go right over some people's heads because they probably don't know it.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
And I am very guilty of that, unfortunately. And it's a blessing and a curse, because on one hand, I actually really like the idea of the naming conventions, especially with how Meta is involved. So you have some that are like really creative and actually have all the references thought out really carefully. And then you have others that are like, arm, hand, head, have fun. So it's just really unique, the naming convention that they've chosen for the game.
Back to basic.
That's a lesson I am teaching myself every day.
Yeah, we learn something new every day.
Literally just someone taking a 2x2 to my head and says, listen, don't complicate it. At the time, the 2x2 isn't very effective, though.
Okay. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, okay. Nice setting. Oh, okay. Oh. If the horn good, okay. That's quite funny. If you think it again, the design I mean.
Okay. Do what now?
Nothing. Just go on.
Okay. I shall carry on then.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
And it's not going to be nearly this bright when I'm done with it too. I'm going to tone it down to like 10% of the of transparency or something.
Oh wait, what?
I just like to keep it super bright as I'm working on it because it makes it easier to keep track of where I've colored and drawn.
Yeah.
So I have the whole
I
thing
think I
down
know
at
what
like, if I keep the whole thing down at like 10% first, it's like, okay, cool, where did I color? I don't know. It blends with half
Oh,
the lines
yeah.
now. Okay, let me see. Okay. Then... Yeah, see, there we go. Now it's a little more subtle. Even just doing the light layer on that too, it looks really good.
I get it.
Now I'm gonna do the dark.
Huh? Oh, that's how you color it. Okay.
Well, that's just how I do shading anyway.
Yeah.
I'll do. Because literally, if I put this at 100% transparency, it's literally stark white, stark black.
Mm.
And I just put it as transparency.
Yeah.
I said, I saw a friend do that at one point. I'm like, huh, that's a really unique way to do it. I just kept doing it.
It works.
But I also draw with a pretty predominant cell shading kind of style when I do my stuff, so I think I just get lucky with the fact that it blends really nicely together.
That's good.
A lot of folks have told me every now and then I need to focus on generating a new style or, try some new stuff. I'm like, I do every now and then, but I had a friend once yell at me playfully, say, hey, you need to try to do colored lines, when you work on stuff. It'll make your art pop more. And I just kept doing it.
No, it's progress. You don't need to rush it.
There's no definitive end to art. You just continue learning with it.
Yeah.
See, that's what makes the whole process fun, though, is the fact that you're constantly learning new stuff, and then you can go back and look at all your old stuff and either cringe or either die from cringe because you're like, ugh, I did this. Or you're trying others like, huh, I like that style. Let me do it again.
Just make it fun.
I look at some of my old art. I'm like, ugh, I drew like that. Or I like, oh, this is before I learned that stabilization was a thing. That's actually one of my favorite tools, though, because if I didn't have that on, my lines would look nowhere close to straight.
Okay.
The stabilization tool is like one of my best friends.
You really like that, huh?
It helps because, like I said, I don't have one of those fancy tablets that has the screen on it, so I have to kind of improvise when I'm doing my stuff.
Yeah, actually I don't have tablet with screen too, bro. Actually. Okay, nice. Nice, light and dark here. Okay. Cool.
Looks good. That looks good. Work on it.
That's good. That is good. So, okay.
Oops.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. Dorsal, you don't need to go setting the dorsal. Okay, good, good. Just the glide left. Okay. Wait, wait. Oh yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna I'm gonna tone it as well once I get to that point.
Yeah, two. Okay. So we don't need anything. Sorry. I want to X. Do we need to give the effect for this? For this one?
When I'm done, I usually tweet our final result when I go offline.
Okay.
And I'll tag you with it as well.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I mean, hey, this design's partly yours too. This is a collaborative effort. There we go. Yeah, so here's what it looks like when I put the dark down a little bit better.
Ah,
And it works the same with the light as well. Actually, I might turn the light down just a little more subtle. There we go. That's better. Kind of like that. And real fun with it. Alright, I think we have our base design settled on.
yes.
It's looking snazzy though, honestly. I really dig it.
But it's
I really do.
yeah, pretty solid.
Alright, then what I need to do is I'm going to expand canvas size. Have some extra work. And all these, move them over. Go. Okay, so as far as the concepts were concerned, we really liked the idea of naming it a storyteller. And honestly, I think that's still a really good name. I really like that idea. But what should his model ID be?
Ah, step. You're right.
We could do maybe...
We don't put that yet.
Maybe like
Model ID.
STR or STY for like story.
It's good. Wait, it wizard. Wait.
Do something kind of like that. Let me clear here while I'm at it.
Oh. Is model ID can still work?
Do what?
I don't know. I mean like a cast model idol. Sorry. Model ID for castle, perhaps.
Maybe like CST.
Yeah, maybe. Since it looks like castle, or not.
You could do castle CST.
Wait, how that works? Baron Castle? What is Baron Castle model ID again?
Baron Castle is BRK.
What? Why? What is BRK?
I have no clue. I never figured it out.
Yeah. Why BRK?
Then Daiten Shukaku
Same.
is DTK.
Huh? It's just actually their name.
That's really weird, honestly. I've not figured it out. I mean, it's probably some kind of extra theming behind the two as castles, but it doesn't look like CST is taken.
I see.
We could even do maybe like FSY, maybe like FSY for like fantasy,
Oh yeah, cool.
or
Cool.
or maybe like FTL for fairy tale.
Oh, fairy tale ya.
Yeah, like FTL for like, cause you know, like storyteller.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do that. Let's do FTL.
Yes, that works.
FTL
That
storyteller.
works. Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail 00. Okay.
I think it cut off on me again. Let me check that. Yes, it did. Okay, now it's good. Do that. And I gotta figure out the part name. That's the big trick because we already know what it does. We just have to figure out what to call the parts.
All right.
That's gonna be the fun part.
We need to leave it.
Okay, so let me see what we could do. Check some stuff here while I'm at it. I don't want to do Castle Keep. Let's do. Try. Blizzard's Keep. What does that have? Try. We can do maybe Wizard's Keep. One character too much though. No, we can't do that. Right.
State's head? Perhaps?
How about
What?
what about like Warlock Tower?
Oh, cool. Cool.
Do Warlock Tower.
Yeah, cool, cool. That actually works.
That was, what was it, minus chain. Make it heavy, because it is triple heavy. Let's do... We could do Scary Dragon.
Too obvious, huh?
We can do Scary Dragon and Brave Knight. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Brave Knight, yeah. Brave Knight, Brave Knight.
Let me see if that'll translate. Yes, we can do that. They both count. They are both under...
How about Fairy Dragon?
Like scary? Like what do you mean? Like fearful or...
Fairy. F-I...
Oh, Fairy Dragon. I see.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sorry for my pronunciation.
No. It's fine. It's fine. 4, 5, 6.
Fairy Dragon and Brave Knight.
We could also do Terrible Dragon.
Oh, yeah, sir. Yeah, that's good.
We could do Terrible Dragon. And then Brave Knight. And then the legs. Castle. We can't do Castle Ground. There's too many characters. 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. We gotta think of something else. What should we call the legs? Okay. We could do Rolling Castle.
Rolling Castle?
Not feeling it. Oh, hang on. How many characters?
Wait, hang on.
No, that's 10 characters. Still wouldn't count. Gotta think. Trying to keep it under 8 characters is the trick.
Okay. 8 characters. Moving Castle?
Moving Castle. Let's try that. Castle.
Rolling Castle, Moving Castle. It's actually the same.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah, it's about the same. Wait. Wait, what's the name of the castle again?
Yeah, because Castle alone is 5 characters.
Castle. 5. Yeah. 0.
Try. We can do Big Castle. Go fast as
Big castle ya. Big castle. Big castle.
You could do that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Head.
It's
This
character.
chain. Inferno. Add range pile. And I had auto guard.
Auto card.
That doesn't have any of that.
Yeah.
Like that. I usually tablet back over here. It's a neat little thing I do on all my Orimedas just for fun. Grab my outline
Yeah, it's kind of
brush.
fun. Torso. Oh,
Hold on, I gotta expand. So this one moved forward. I didn't want that one to move. Okay. Now it's fixed. All is right in the world again.
okay.
Okay. A little.
Wait. Ah, tag logo. Ah, okay.
But I'm honestly thinking about this one as well. What if we made this one gender and type?
Oh yeah. Absolutely yes. We don't know. Hey, wait. You sure?
That's what I'm thinking because, you know, the idea of a storyteller isn't locked to male or female.
Oh yeah.
It could be something that could be used either way.
Mm,
Something
yeah,
kind of like
makes
that.
sense. Huh? So yeah.
So we can
That's
do
fair.
next. Let's go back to my regular brush. This. That. No. That's still two. That's a little better. Okay. Now comes the fun part afterwards. Is some of the some of the concept sketches on what some of the other parts look like. You know. What I'm gonna do, life easier on my part. A ruler. Grab ruler, please. Thank you. A long brimmed hat.
Hmm.
Please. Thank you. There we go.
Wait, what?
Hand decides
Okay.
not to work with me when I'm drawing lines sometimes.
Oh, no worries, no worries, no worries. Hey, what is this? Oh, back.
And I just drew
Yeah,
on the ruler.
rear,
Hold
rear.
on.
Yeah,
Hold
the rear
on.
side, huh?
There we go.
Okay, okay, rear side.
You gotta love when you draw on the wrong layer.
Oh,
The bane of every artist.
oh, what is that?
This is the profile for the head.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Basically, I'm just drawing
Side,
some sketches
side,
of what the rest of it looks like from
yes,
different
side
angles.
view, side view.
Carry this all the way around. That. Oops. That. Just kind of tie it in. I can see sometimes you kind of have an idea for something, and then when you draw it from another angle, you're like, I don't like that, or oh no, this came out really nice, you know?
Yeah.
That'll be the
Okay,
profile for the head.
that's quite enough.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Dragon. Let's do it from the top down.
Mm. Top view. Okay. Oh,
So I'm just gonna do. I don't have to draw the whole length of the tail.
hmm.
Body's tucked in. Then it has one leg on the side. Dragon. Hold on, turn that back on.
It's affecting companion, huh?
Yeah, that's essentially what the
Oh.
what the dragon arm would look like.
Right.
So. realistically, I could be drawing this on all different layers, but I'm not going to. Put that right there. Right. Using the layer long enough for basics. Because I had an idea specifically for the knight specifically. I wanted to show you, but I couldn't really do it at the angle that I was drawing at. And I think when I show you what I had in mind, I think you're gonna really like it. I had a really cool idea when I thought of it.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, side view. Okay. Side view.
Specifically of the outside of the arm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
That
little
works.
itty bitty. Little itty bitty sword right here.
Yeah. With the tiny sword.
Ready to do battle with the terrible dragon. Move this down, just writing on this.
Oh. So where is the bell bunker?
The what?
I mean the ragged pile. Where?
So the idea that I was thinking of was that the arm is actually going to be kind of a bunker, kind of like this, where it's actually going to look like this when the arm's bent, but the horse head is essentially going to like straighten out and then launch like a pile driver.
Oh, you mean like that feature? I see.
And now you see what I'm cooking up. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
had an idea with that. What I can do, little stylized horse tail here in the back, like that.
Okay.
I like that. So that'd be the profile view for the left arm.
Yes.
So let me do something. A little long for my face. Shrink it down on both sides a little bit. That's better. I don't want it nearly as long. It up a little bit. There we go. That's a whole lot better, actually. I like it a little shorter because I think it made the horse a little too long. I got too.
Nah,
eager.
that's okay, I guess. That's
I got
okay.
Too, I got
That's
too
okay.
eager.
That's okay.
All right, the last one. I'm just gonna draw a top-down view of what the. Actually, I don't think I even need to. What I can do There it is. Just expand on this drawing. Just what the castle looks like at another angle.
Cool.
Of course. Shrink those a little bit. This. Here. That. Now I can go back to work.
For tower, I see. I thought it's only one. Okay.
The rolling castle kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Smaller thing. Okay, okay.
That's what I was thinking with it anyway.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah, I can only do so much with drawing it from a certain angle, so that's why I kind of like doing this little profile art on these. Let me shrink this down. It's a little better. That. Honestly, though, I'd say that does it. What do you think? I think we came up with something real creative.
It's funny, but it's cool. It's so cool at the same time.
It's creative. It's silly, but it looks like something you'd probably see that'd be like actually done.
Yeah, it's not like the Warlock looks like can tell a story literally. What's that? What's that? Oh, I see. I see. Watermark, huh? Oh, you put watermark usually.
We also sign it.
Ah,
Yeah, because this wasn't just my design. We put this together. We put this on together.
I see.
So I'm not taking full credit for this.
Haha, don't worry.
So yeah, honestly, we came with a really cool design here. I mean, we already had the idea of a fantasy theme in mind, and it's kind of funny you mentioned D&D initially as a theme. I'm like, you know what? We kind of actually played into it unintentionally, like with the whole like knight versus a dragon thing, and it just ended up working itself out. Honestly, though, I dig it. It came out really well. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, same.
It
really looks like Meta.
oh yeah, definitely. That's the big key to it as well. Actually, go ahead and cut my BGM off for the time being too. But honestly, no, it came out really well. It's creative. It was a team effort, which is what's most important, and it's something completely original, something that no one else has considered or approached before. So this can honestly stand on its own as something completely independent, as as a unique, homemade original design. And that's
You can put it on the contest, I think.
honestly, yeah. If we were down for it, I'd say yeah. I could reformat the final BGM into a little 2K by 2K, and I could submit that for a contest. Of course,
It's okay.
Of course, with your permission, though, because again,
Of course.
because this is
Don't worry.
Yeah, because this is something we both put together. But no, it came out really good. And more importantly than that, while I'm saving this, I do hope that you had a good time too while you were on with me, because it was an absolute blast coming to putting something like this together with you. I've wanted to be told I've actually wanted to do something like this for a while, because I know I commissioned some art pieces from you a while ago for my Steam General to kind of help finalize his design, and you worked on and you helped work on a couple others that I did. But I always think of the whole time, man, I'd love to try to come up with something unique with you and try to create something new and original. And here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Yes, it was
It's really an honor.
it was an absolute treat. I'll be sure to post this actually once once I go off the air and tag you and everything and talk and share about it. But no, Rico, it was an absolute pleasure to have you with me. I normally my chats are a little more engaging. We talk about like random discussions and such, but I think we were just too heavily locked in on drawing and coming up with something like this. I think we
Yeah.
kind of forgot the discussion part. But no, honestly,
Oh yeah, right.
I had a lot of fun with this. I honestly love doing these streams. Originally, I only did these alone, and then I just sit there with the generator and come up with something unique, and then draw it and just see just see who hopped in. But no, honestly, when I started doing the collaborative ones and I'd have guests hop on with me to do this, I think it came out a whole lot better because because I mean, yeah, you can come up with a design completely on your own originally, but if you have somebody else there with you working on the design, it's more it's more engaging because it sparks more of an interaction between the host and the guest, and even if there's a chat going on, who decides to join in. So I had a lot of fun with these. I really have no plan of stopping them anytime soon. With the original designs and coming up with stuff like this, and just kind of seeing where it goes. But yeah, honestly, before I do officially bid thee farewell from the MNN shop floor, do you have anything you'd like to say? Any projects you're working on, or anything you want to toot your own horn about for a bit?
Mm, Nothing, I guess, at the
Okay,
moment.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
of course, there's always giving you a follow, looking at that. I did put a link to your Twitter account as well in the description for the stream as well. So for anyone that does catch this either during the live stream or decides to go back and watch it later, do give him a follow. He does fantastic art, wonderful style, and very high quality at that. And as a bonus, if you like VTuber art, you definitely don't have to look too much farther than Rico. Because he does a lot of wonderful VTuber art like that as well.
Yeah.
So yes, lots of great stuff on the profile. Can't possibly go wrong with it. But yeah, one final time, if you don't mind camping out for just a little bit after I send you off the air, I'd appreciate that. But no, Rico, it was an absolute pleasure and a treat to have you on the MNN with me here to create a fully unique and original Orimeda here with Storyteller. I would love to have you back on another time to create another unique concept. Maybe even that space-themed one that you had for another idea. I'd love to try to coordinate something like that and see what we could make.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Rico. It's been a pleasure to have you. So I'm gonna officially bid thee farewell on here while I'm doing that. All right. Well, in the meantime, I do have technically two more art streams that are coming up here pretty soon. The soonest one that's incoming as of current will be my stream with Ruben. Well, I will have him on the MNN with me to do basically the same thing, where we create a completely original design from the ground up. And when I officially hear back from Helm-chan, I will be coordinating that one post-haste and keeping you guys updated on that. But aside from that, the only other piece of news, of course, is my standard regularly scheduled meta news every Tuesday. I fully expect we're going to be getting one more model of the Full Metal Panic Volume 2 collab, and maybe just a couple more bonuses on top of that. But that will, of course, come with tomorrow's news, of course, once we get all the information. But with that being said, as always, I do appreciate you all for stopping in, just as you always do. And until next time, this is your host, Kuura Isagami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.